All right, this is sodium hydroxide pearls, or beads, whatever you want to call them, and then distilled water. I now have 3 shops that are considering, or not really considering, they said for sure that they're willing to allow me to sell my soap in their shop, so that's good news. I'm getting to the point right now where I just, like, I want to focus on wholesaling, however you pronounce that, and larger markets. Because the smaller ones, it's great to kind of get into a small market and grow with the market, but what happens is you end up taking a lot of time out of your schedule to be at these smaller markets and possibly not make any money, right? And granted, I do have the time. This is coconut oil and shea butter. Unrefined coconut oil, unrefined shea butter. But anyways, granted, I do have the time to do so. I just, like, I want to focus on larger events. That way I can do fewer of them, you know? And I really need to buy more supplies right now without spending my personal money. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside and go ahead and start with the olive oil, castor oil, hemp seed oil. Yeah, that's it actually. So I'm putting a 1/4 cup of kaolin clay in here. And this is just for like extra smoothness. It also has been known to kind of allow the fragrance oil that you put in there to adhere to the soap a little bit more and last longer. I don't know if that's true or not. I really haven't seen a difference. But I like adding kaolin clay. Knocking stuff over. So, now you can stay however long it takes to do that, Terry. I don't mind. I said you don't have to rush. Okay, so this again was the kaolin clay, olive oil, castor oil, hemp seed oil, olive oil. Did I say olive oil? I don't remember. Anyways, let's finish mixing this. Just making sure all of the shea butter is thoroughly mixed into the mixture and dissolved. But yeah, I mean, like, I want to do larger markets, specifically festivals. So I'm waiting to hear back now to see if I've gotten like accepted, if my application's been accepted to some of the festivals I applied to. See if I can remember them all. Fest 19 in South Florida, Halloween, North Florida, Northeast or Northwest Florida. Halloween is the one I'm really excited for. It's gonna be challenging because it's a 4-day long festival, so I don't know if I should really do that for my first festival, but who knows. It'll definitely be a challenge. But one music festival in Atlanta, that sounds hopeful. And then a couple others I can't remember right now. But yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from them. Once I hear back from them, then it will be the rush to produce all the soap that I need. I'm gonna have to buy a couple more supplies. And then I'm thinking to make, like, depending on how long the festival is, if it's 4 days long, I'm thinking like at least 800 bars of soap. I don't even know. If it's 2 days long, maybe like 500. I'm really not sure how much soap I'm gonna need. Just so you know, these festivals are camping festivals. So people go there and, you know, they stay completely overnight. Which, what happens when you do that, you might forget your soap. Oh, wish I hadn't touched my face because it's kind of burning, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm actually mixing this to light trace. I think this is pretty good because I'm gonna add 3 different colors. We're gonna do like a off-white, a rose, stick blender just unplugged by itself, that's weird. Like a rose sort of light pale color, I'm not really sure what color that is, and then a lavender. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some lavender buds, rose petals, heather flowers, and I forgot the other one, but they're all like reds and purples. It's gonna look really pretty. I just realized that it says that it discolors to brown. So the idea that I had isn't gonna work with that specific fragrance oil because at the end result will be it discoloring to brown. And I don't want that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the fragrance oil that I'm using for my moon rocks that just released or will release on this coming Saturday. I'm gonna use that, and it is more of kind of like a, let me smell it again. It's a floral smell, definitely, and I think it'll work really well with what I'm trying to do here. Oh, forgot the damn. I have to walk back to this room one more time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stir this one more time. And we're doing my favorite swirl. I'm just gonna let it thicken up a little bit. So, I don't know, actually, I think I might do a thin swirl. We'll see. And I just added titanium dioxide. Sorry, I actually forgot I was recording. I added the titanium dioxide and I'm just kind of mixing it up like really lightly right now. Just because I do like the kind of white swirl in it. I think it'll look really cool. I'll add the fragrance oil in a second. So this is the fun part, and that's adding some color. Need my spoon. And I'm only gonna add a little bit to start, just to see how it turns out. It's really pretty. And then the purple. All right, let's see how it turns out. Yeah, that's definitely darker than I want it, so I'm gonna add a little bit of white. Definitely need a little bit of white. And I'm kind of refraining from blending it too much because obviously if I blend it too much, it's gonna become a little bit thicker than I want it to be. All right. That's my brother in the background that you hear laughing. Oh, that's all right. I like that. All right, now time to add the fragrance. So I'm gonna do a little bit in here. You know what's really annoying? I only meant to add it in the white. Great. Whatever. And I'm not sure how much I need. We'll put a little bit more in that. And I think I might actually leave it that way. There's nothing wrong with a lot of loose swirls. Mix this one up. All right, now time for my favorite part. I think I want to do this one first. High pour. High pour, and then a low pour. And then high pour, high pour. I don't know what I'm saying that for. I'm leaving a little bit in the bowl from the top. Make something cool. All right, that looks pretty already, I'm not gonna lie. Let me get my ghetto set up here with my Harry Potter books, and I'm actually gonna have my husband create some sort of like mold, not mold, but like some sort of container to put my silicone mold in. That way I don't have to use books anymore. I'm probably gonna have to do it myself, I'm not gonna lie, but whatever. Ooh, it smells good. I feel like I'm forgetting something and I hate that feeling, but I think it'll be all right. That is pretty. So I just decided to leave the top white, so I'm leaving this bowl with white in it. I'm gonna go ahead and start scooping in some of this. And then I'm gonna cover it with the white over there in the bowl that I just showed you. The white and scoop it on top. And what's really cool is it still has swirls in it. I'm gonna lightly put that on top here. That way when I put the rose petals and all the other stuff that I'm putting on there, it'll be contrasted against the white instead of all the purples. And I'm running out. That's not good. Darn it. So because I ran out a little bit, like I'm gonna have to do a cool, I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to do some sort of design to make sure that all the soaps look the same. All right, let me clean up a little bit. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. I think I'm gonna try this. Just gotta make sure. I don't screw it up. I don't really like doing this, but because I feel like it's kind of boring, but I'm gonna be putting a lot of dried herbs on it, so. This is the only way I think it would look okay. All right, so we're gonna do heather flowers, hibiscus flower, that's what it's called, lavender buds, and rose petals. Let's start with the larger ones. That way the smaller ones will kind of fill in the space. All right, maybe a couple more over here. And then rose petals. I love rose petals as a garnish. All right. And then lavender buds. And then heather flowers. I think that looks awesome. It's like a slurry of dried herbs. All right, cool. Now I'm just gonna use a chopstick, actually the end of my spatula here, to kind of lightly smush it down. Just lightly, to make sure these things don't fall off. Because that's exactly what they're gonna do the second I cut it. Get in there. All right, that's it. I'll see you in about 16 to 18 hours, and we're gonna cut this baby and see how it looks. That looks awesome. So it hasn't been 18 hours, or 16 hours for that matter. I did put this batch in the oven. I did the CPOP method, which is shoot, what is it called? Cold process, oven process. I believe that's what it's called. Anyways, it's basically just making sure that the entire batch is, the colors are thoroughly, you know, I would say mixed. No, it's not the right saying. But for me, it just makes sure, that the colors are all even. So, it has a full gel, so to speak. This is the hard part, is getting it out of the mold. And my husband's playing video games in the background, so you might hear some things. Now, honestly, from what I'm looking at right now, this looks amazing. I love that. Let me show you the other side.
I was about to steal my century.
That's awesome. Let's see what this baby looks like. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. This is hands down one of my favorite. I could already tell. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. This is definitely a win. I hope it doesn't get darker than this. It's a very light smell. I wish it kind of used a little bit more because I'm afraid that the smell is not going to be as strong in 4 weeks, which is when it cures. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. All right guys, well, it looks like I got another win here. And let me know what you think in the comments about you know, what I talk about, and you know, how you like this soap that'll be available in 4 weeks. All right, thank you for watching. Peace.